Hey buddy, welcome back. Welcome to review number 5 for Not Quite Universal Month. For review number 5, I took a look at the 1987 made-for-TV movie Bates Motel. I watched this off the 4-movie midnight marathon pack Psychos. Now, before I go on and talk about the review of Bates Motel, I have a couple things I want to mention before them. Although, whenever I started the film, I actually got this. I'll go ahead and show it on my camera. I don't know if you can actually see it, but I'll zoom it right there. Right there. It's saying the following copyright motion pictures are prevented solely for private home viewing by paid television subscribers or any copying, recording, or otherwise use of this motion picture without the written contents of the copyright protector is prohibited and may result in civil and criminal liability. That is very strange. Although, it also says this right there. I don't know if you can actually see it right there. It says Universal Pay Television, an MCA company. Yeah, I wanted to bring that up. I just found that weird how it's telling you that if you watch this film, you could go to jail. You could go to jail. As it says right here, that it's telling you this private home viewing. Number one, that's not good when you have to make that disclaimer when you start the film. So yeah, I don't get it though. It just bothers me a little bit. I kind of wanted to bring that up though. It's just so weird how they say that you could go to jail if you watch this film. So they're telling you, do not watch this film. That's not good. But anyways, let's talk about Bates Motel. Bates Motel is a 1987 made-for-TV movie for NBC. This was considered by far the most anticipated film for television in 1987. But anyways, if you are interested and haven't seen the film, it stars Bud Cort. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. C-O-R-T. Cod? I think it's Cod. I'll say Bud Cort. He plays Alex West. He was a friend of Norman Bates. Oh, and just to let you know, Norman Bates dies. Yeah. His ashes are in the movie. So, basically, he dies. So the idea is, he's a best friend. He's a close friend of Norman Bates. So they have a viewing, and during the viewing, they're supposed to get something in his will. Yeah, he's supposed to get something in his will. Turns out, he inherits Bates Motel. So he inherits Bates Motel, and his idea is to basically just, his idea is supposed to be to get, to reopen Bates Motel. He along the way meets another person who was in a chicken suit, played by Lori Petty, who I think is the best part of the movie. She's sort of a tomboy, and basically, yeah, she's sort of a tomboy in this film. So, there is some pretty good stuff. My problem with the film is, it just does not feel like Psycho. I just do not feel like Psycho. And another tidbit information, the guy who played Don Wrigley from Pete and Pete, who are going to be the dad Pete and Pete, actually is in this. He has a small role. It's very small. He also has a small role by Robert Picardo. He was the Doctor in Voyager. So it has some pretty good cameos. Jason Bateman plays a small role. It's actually mid for the film. It's not near the end, but the problem I have with this film, as I said before, it's not Psycho. It's just not Psycho. And to give my thoughts on Psycho, I only saw Psycho 2. I thought Psycho 2 was really good. It was really well made. I thought it having an 80s style made Psycho 2 good. I'm not talking about Psycho 2, although I might review Psycho 2 for Not Quite Universal Month for next year. I'll put that into the Not Quite Universal Month of 2022 if I keep continuing this series. I probably will. But anyways, that movie was good. Bates Motel would have been fine if it didn't have the Bates Motel name. The Bates Motel TV series was more closer. And even Psycho 4, even though I haven't seen Psycho 4, was a little more closer to that. This just feels like a drama. It just feels like an everyday, crappy TV movie. And that's not what Psycho is. There wasn't any kills. There wasn't any suspense. I didn't feel. The first half was great. The first half, but right with the second half, it just went downhill. We went from a good portion of the film, the first half, and downhill at the very end. So, final verdict. Am I able to recommend... Final verdict. Should you watch Bates Motel? Should you watch Bates Motel? No. Like I said again, it's a jumbled... The script was jumbled. Some of the acting wasn't even that good anyways. And the last half of it was so confusing. Again, it's just not Psycho. I don't feel like Psycho. So yeah, I will say this. If you do have Psycho 2, 3, and 4, the Scream Factory releases, there's no way to own this. But if you don't, if you want to complete them, or you don't have any of them like I did, I got this for less than $1. I think it might have been like $2 at a closing down Kmart. $2 or $3 at a closing down Kmart. My Kmart closed down, they had this, so I was like, oh, Psycho 2. I'm going to pick that up. But anyways, cannot recommend Bates Motel. It just is not Psycho. It does not feel like Psycho. I might have missed out a couple things, but that's how I feel. Although it's funny how they show you that, letting you know, and then all of a sudden it shows Universal Paid Television MCA Company, and it says Universal from MCA at the end of the film. So weird and so strange. But that's Bates Motel. I can't really say anything about it. So yeah, come on next time. I got a really good review you might want to check out. See you next time.